So this is a brief video on understanding your PDF computerized report that you get from me from option 4 all the way through 12. So this way you know exactly what you're looking at. So this is the very first page of the report. So when you see this first page, it's first of all, it just gives you your basic information. When you were born, the time that you were born, the place that you were born, okay? But to the right side, which says Hindu calendar, this is something known as a Panchanga report. If there's a good astrologer like Kapiel Raaj, he can look at just this part of your first page and he'll know more than 80% of who you are and your life is about. How does he know this? Well, he knows these things like Shukla, like you were born in either Shukla Paksha, Krishna Paksha. So this is something you can look for on Google. I will make videos on this soon. There's many other videos in the report that you will find, but Shukla Paksha and Krishna Paksha. If you look at this person's born on a Tuesday, how is that important? Well, Tuesday is ruled by Mars. So that means Mars becomes a very important planet for this person. Represents their vitality, their strength. Tithi, meaning the angle between moon and sun, known as a Tithi chart. So what Tithi were you born at? When sun was at a certain degree, moon was at a certain degree, there are 13 Tithis. So this person was born at Shukla Chaturdashi. You will be born in some other Tithi. But if you look at and search these terms, it'll show you a whole lot about who you are. This shows your nakshatra, meaning your moon nakshatra. Okay? Like this table is pretty much referring to here. Your moon is in Mriksara nakshatra because moon is your mind. Moon is one of the most important planets in Vedic astrology, which shows the Akashic records. Moon holds exactly who you are, all your previous births. This is the biodata. This is the DNA of your mind and all the record that you are playing in this life. This is the constellation working behind the scenes of a zodiac sign, especially Gemini for this person. Then yoga at birth. This person's born in Shukla Yoga. If you look at Shukla Yoga on Google, you'll find a lot of information on this. What karna this person is born under, meaning to do. Their energy, where is their energy being spent? So they're born in Vaneja Karna. I think this is a Karna ruled by Venus. So if you look at this Karna and you look at the Google term Karna, it'll show you exactly where your energy is being spent. And then you come to the second page. This is where your birth chart is. So you see this is your main birth chart. Now you must be thinking, what in the world am I looking at if you've never seen a Vedic birth chart before? You see these little boxes, this diamond square box, this triangular box, then the triangular, then the diamond. These are all the 12 houses. So if you count these boxes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. These are 12 houses. Now you must be wondering, what is this? Well, this is your ascendant. See, it says here AS. That's your ascendant, your rising sign, your lagna. But then you'll be like, how can this be the ascendant? This is my 12th house. No, this is not the 12th house. This is always the first house. This is the first house. It'll always be your ascendant in this North Indian diamond chart. The sign that you see number, these are the zodiac signs. So which is the number 12 sign in the zodiac belt? Pisces. This person is a Pisces ascendant. And if you go counterclockwise, you will see that Aries is rising in their second house. Taurus is rising in their third house. Gemini is rising in their fourth house. Leo is rising in the sixth house. Virgo is in the seventh house. Libra is in the eighth house. Scorpio in the ninth house. Sagittarius in the 10th house. Capricorn in the 11th house. And Aquarius in the 12th house. So this person, if they see these planets setting, now you can easily see that moon is in the fourth house, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and in the sign of Gemini. So now if you understand this, now you can go to my YouTube channel and say Moon in Gemini, and you will see exactly what this means. If you want to understand, well, Rahu is in Leo. Well, able to find the video on my channel. Rahu in the 6th house, I made a video on that. This is the conjunction. So this person has a Mars, Jupiter, Rahu conjunction. This person I also have a Mercury, Sun conjunction. Now you come down and you will see your moon chart and Navamsha chart. Moon chart is simply taking moon and making it the ascendant. So all the planets are then situated from their respective places from the moon. So moon is in the Gemini, we make it the ascendant. Then Rahu, Jupiter, Mars go into the 3rd from the moon. See, they're 3rd from the moon. So if you just simply turn that around, they will go into the 3rd house. This shows your mental projection to the world. How do you think? What is happening? Like when things happen to you, how do you feel about them? What do you initially feel about your spouse and your marriage? You look at the 7th house from the moon. This is how you understand your mind. Navamsha is extremely important. This shows the strength of each planet, the heart of each planet. It shows your bhagya, meaning your fortune, how you behave in a marriage, the luck from the marriage. Who is your spouse? Isn't this the Navamsha? This is a chart that really activates after the age of 36. And this is the chart that changes every 15 minutes. So if you were born within 1 hour and let's say 500 babies were born in the same city, they will all have the same chart as you. Let's say within the 1 hour where the ascendant is not changing, you all have the same planetary alignment. Does that mean you all will go through the same thing? No, because your Navamsha will be different. This is like the heart of each planet. This is how we judge. So we want to see the strength of moon. We look at moon in Navamsha. How is it placed in the ascendant? Now, if you want to see this table, this shows where exactly each planet is placed. So you want to see Sun. Sun is in the sign of Sagittarius in the nakshatra of Purvashada, Padha 1. And there are 4 Padha to each nakshatra. You will never see a 5 or 6 air. It'll always be either 1, 2, 3, or 4, depending upon the degrees of the planet. So moon is in Gemini in nakshatra Mriksira, Padha 3. And I've made a video on all of these moon nakshatras and padhas. So if you're in moon in Gemini and you're in Mriksira, I've made a video on that. And I have also made a video on Padha 3. And these all shows all your other planetary nakshatras and padhas. Now I'm already making videos. I've completed Rahu through nakshatras. Now I'm working on Saturn on YouTube. And I will cover all these planets through nakshatra, so you will have a better understanding. So keep this report with you. This is like something that I will discuss slowly so you can refer back. And if you see this section where it says R and C, R represents for retrograde, C represents for combust. So if there's a R next to, let's say, Jupiter here, that means this person has a retrograde Jupiter. And if there's C in front of Mercury, it shows that Mercury is combust, meaning it is too close to the sun. But this does not mean like Mercury is not doing anything, it's not giving it results. That's not how it's read. I mean, they're read differently in astrological sense. But at least you know that, okay, I have retrograde Jupiter. So you can have R next to Mars, Venus, Saturn. So it can show you Saturn. When you were born, Saturn was retrograding, Venus was retrograding, Mars was retrograding. You will never see R next to Sun or Moon, because Sun and Moon are never retrograde. So this is something also you can see, because people also, once you find out, oh, my planet is retrograde, okay, what does that do? Well, this way at least you know exactly which planet is retrograde. This shows all the mathematical planets like Rahu, Ketu. These are the upgrahas, upgraha. So like you have Dhuma, Veya, Paresha, Upketu, Chapa. And this is a chart that shows where exactly these mathematical planets are placed. This is like gives you a deeper analysis of a person's chart. So Gulika is in the 2nd house with Dhuma for this person. It will not show in your main birth chart, because we can simply read everything from here. But if you want to know additional things that are happening in this person's chart, and if you understand the meaning of all these upgrahas, you can use this chart. This shows yogi and avayogi planets. This shows which planet is becoming the most potent. This shows which planet is becoming neutral, which planet is going to be making you work hard. So that's the avayogi. This is the avayogi, and this is the duplicate yogi, Venus, and yogi is moon for this person. And then you always again come to moon chart, Navamsha chart. This is something which is really used in a certain mathematical system of calculating a chart, Bhava Sapriti, where if you're born at a certain degree and then other planets might be moving to a previous sign. I wouldn't pay attention to this now unless you know exactly what you're looking at. These are the basic interpretation from the classics in the software. This is something I would not pay attention to. This is just comes with the software, so that's why it is there. But this is something that is not being analyzed the way astrologer would. This is just a basic of what Saturn will do in the seventh house, but it does not combining your Saturn in sign, house, nakshatra, padha aspects. So don't pay attention to these. You want to pay more attention to the charts and mathematical things. As much as we jump to all these things to learn about Lord of the third house and the 11th house, what does that do? Well, they're not going to be doing exactly whatever this is saying. It never does. So let's jump to these things. This is Sudarshan Chakra. This is another way of reading a chart. This is like shows you like if this is a Pisces ascendant chart, they take the moon chart and the sun chart. They put it in one house. These are the three most important ascendants in Vedic astrology: the basic ascendant, the moon chart that I showed you, and making sun the ascendant. So somebody can see that their first house has Pisces ascendant and moon, sun, Mercury are sitting right there. So it's doing something. See, it says right there, Surya chart, Chandra chart, and birth chart. Surya as in sun, Chandra as in moon. Now this is very important. This is the book that I just wrote on, Mahadashas at the Speed of Light. Vimshotri Mahadasha. This is the book is based on. Mahadasha as in the big period, the major period, and Antradasha is the sub period. So you see this person from they were born in 1981, January 1. So Mars Mahadasha is a 7-year long period. But as you see, these are all blanks. Because this person wasn't born in the beginning of this dasha. They were born towards the end of this dasha due to the moon's degree. And especially if you look at Rahu, is an 18-year period. So now Rahu will be a full 18-year period from 1981 to 1999. Now, what is this? Well, the way Rahu is placed in the birth chart, the planets is conjunct. The sign is in, the nakshatra it's in, the aspects it's receiving. For 18 years, this person is going to go through those situations and things. And then each period of 2 years, 3 years will be divided into sub-periods. So it'll be the first period will be Rahu till 1984 July. Then from July to 1984 to 86 will be Rahu major period, Jupiter sub period. So this is the Antradasha. This Antradasha is this part. Major period is these listed. So you can see if you want to see this person, let's say he just entered his Saturn Mahadasha for 19 years on November 5th, 2015, all the way till 2034. How will this person is going to behave now? What are the situations they're going to run into? How will be everything for them? Well, you look at Sun or Saturn. Where Saturn is sitting, how is it placed, who is it conjunct, what sign it's in, what nakshatra it's in, who aspects Saturn, which houses the Saturn rules, where does Saturn aspects. All these will show you this person situations in life. So you can read all the way till age of 100 and beyond. These are the 120-year cycle because a person can only live maximum to 120 in Kali Yuga. If you are in Triti Yuga, you will be living 10,000 years. We have a very short lifespan, so each planetary placement is coming for this person. We are always running through some planetary period. Then these are divisional charts. Like this is the main birth chart. And remember, this is the Navamsha D9. These all have names. Like if you come here to the bottom, you'll see the name. Hora, Lagna, Drikna, Chaturtatamsa. These are simply very short forms of these birth chart. D9 is the Navamsha. D10 is Dasamsha for career. D60 is Sastyamsha for overall, prospect of life. Then comes the D7 for children. D27 for, I believe, this is the Trimsamsa chart. Actually, no, this is not the. This is the chart for education. Either it's education or spiritual progress. But the names you can just simply type in D27 chart Vedic astrology. It'll show you. I have to keep referring myself back because I'm not using these charts all day long. So sometimes like I forgot the name of this, but I'll just type D45, you know. So and like D3 is Drikna. Drikna, so what it's doing, like Navamsha, takes your ninth house and shows you exactly how your fortune is. What is the strength of the planets, right? So we take the third house of siblings, courage, and we expand it into the D3 chart, Drikna chart. All these charts are taking some aspect of your horoscope and expanding it into detail. This is why Vedic astrology goes deep. All these D40, D11 chart, all these charts. These are very, very advanced charts, like even like D150 chart. I mean, these are some of the charts that even I have not used. And these are the names of them: Drikna, children, Saptamsha, for destiny, for spouse, Navamsha, for parent, Dwaradamsha. So if you want to learn about how your parent's life is, you see this chart. You want to see Dasamsha or the D10 for career, you see this chart. For children and how your children's life will be, you see this chart. So these are all the divisional charts become very important. Then we skip to this part. These are all it's showing you how much aspect the sun has on moon and Mars. Each planet is showing like 1/2 an aspect, 1/4 of an aspect, 3/4 of an aspect. This is something that even I don't use as much. These are the avashthas of Graha, like Laji Taji avashthas in Vedic astrology, which avastha planet is in. So sun is in Swapna avastha. It is in Yuvashtha avastha, like Baladi avastha. This is something, see these Laji Taji avastha? This is another way of understanding what exactly planet is doing, how is it behaving. So you can Google all these terms and I will cover them soon. This is very important, Ashtavarga. You might be thinking, what the hell am I looking at? Oh my God. No, very easy. I have an option on my website called Understanding Your Ashtavarga, Binashtavarga, Sarvashtavarga. This shows the strength of your house. Like sun, these are the transit effects. So let's say when sun transits, see this Pisces? You'll all see this Pisces because this person is a Pisces ascendant. So when Saturn or sun transits the ascendant, like whenever it transits the sign of Pisces, that means it's transiting the ascendant. How many points this house gets? Well, it gets 4 points. The maximum you get is 8. So this is a good average score. So when sun transits here, sun will be okay, good. Sun will be great. Sun will be excellent because it's receiving 6. But even if a planet receives 3, sometimes 2, 1, 0, you can't say, oh, this house has no strength. No. There's a whole concept. So don't just be immaturely judging a house without seeing if you're 0 or 1. A higher number of house may be nullified by other factors in a horoscope. Or if you have 0 here, this person could still be making, huge gains in money. So this shows when moon transits the first house, how many points it gets in each house. When Mars transits the first house, second house, third house, fourth house, how many points it's getting. This shows, Lagna, which is the ascendant, shows the initial strength of each house. So for this person, he's 7 houses. The third house becomes extremely strong for this person. So shows this person can have great courage. This person can have huge amounts of, support from their sibling, gain from sibling. This represents the strength of each sign. So Pisces sign has 27 points. You can get all the way up to 50 points, 55 points. 31 becomes average. Anything above 28 becomes good. So 27, like 31 is great, 33, 34. But again, do not think that this is the only end all and be all of everything. You have to see what planet is there. So if let's say this is 26 points, low, right? But if you have Mercury here sitting exalted in the sign of Virgo, this will kind of nullify or balance that out. There's a lot of aspects you look at this. So this shows when Jupiter transits in the sign of Leo, which is number 5, in a certain degree of Jupiter, this 1 and 0 represents on, off, on, meaning that when Jupiter is in the sign of Leo and it transits a certain particular degree, which is the degree related to Venus, he will not really give any results. So these are the signs that Jupiter is going to transit over. And these are the points that it's receiving through each planetary degree points, which I'll explain if you get that consultation. So again, we see the same thing here. These are more detailed reductions of your, Ashtavarga points of houses. These are the Ashtavarga points for each sign for divisional charts. So for Drikna, the third house receiving 29 points. So you can judge all these from the divisional chart. So whenever I discuss Ashtavarga in future, you will have the report. You will know exactly what to do. Oh, I have this and this is what's going on. Okay. Then these are Vimshotri Paryantra Dashas. Remember the Vimshotri Mahadasha, the major period, then the Antradasha sub-period. Paryantra Dasha is the sub-period. These periods come in for months, weeks at a time sometimes. This is to go more detailed, to exactly pinpoint a certain event. And I've written about this in my book, so it'll make it'll be very easy for you to understand. Now, these are all the Dasha systems. So you have Vimshotri, and then we run to Ashtotri Dasha. This is a 108-year Dasha system. This is another way of looking at somebody's life. So Jupiter period, Sun period, Moon period is 15 years. Usually it's 10 years in Vimshotri. In Ashtotri becomes 15. Here Mars is 8, Mercury is 17 still. So this is another way astrologer can look. So when we cover Ashtotri Dasha in the future, it's Maha Antra Paryantra Dasha, you will understand exactly what is going on. This is all for different areas of life. Sustenance, wealth, yogini is another way of understanding yogas, activation of yogas, Raj yogas, Dhan yogas. So I'm including everything here, which looks all boring, but these are the most important information you will come. Kal Chakra Dasha is a very difficult Dasha to interpret, but again, astrologer use that. They use this Dasha. Then there's Chara Dasha, which is actually very simple. If you just know the Jaimini concept, like we'll come to here. So this is Jaimini Karkas and aspects. So if let's say we go to this page, which is much easier to understand for you guys. Where is it? Okay, so this is like all Gemini system, but here it'll show you the planet with the highest degree and the lowest degree have certain things that they're doing in your chart. So Mars is the Atma Karka, AK, planet with the highest degree. It's a soul significator. Becomes the most important planet in Gemini system. There's different branches of astrology like Parashara, Gemini, Bhrigu, KP, Nadi astrology. Like I do Parashara mainly. But this is the second. This is actually much easier to understand even than Parashara. So planet with the highest degree becomes a soul significator. Planet with the second highest degree, which is Venus, is the significator of career. Patrikarka meaning for siblings. And third house matters. Matrikarka is for the fourth house, for mother, home, happiness, comfort. Putrakarka is for the fifth house, education and children. Gatnikarka is for the sixth house, which is illnesses, diseases, health, wellness, everyday work life, enemies, obstacles. Dharakarka is for the seventh house, meaning planet with the lowest degree represents your spouse. And these are 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 houses are actually accumulated in this first half. So your 10th house of career is which? Amatyakarka, Venus, which also rules the second house of earnings and wealth. So you can understand that these are different padhas and the Uppapadha, Swamsalagna, Karakamshalagna, and I've made a video on Karakamshalagna. We'll understand Uppapadha, Swamsa later on. Then this is Gemini Dasha. This is sign-based Dasha. So this person, let's say from 1987 to 1991 was an Aries period. So if I'm a Gemini astrologer, I will go look at Aries in the second house. So this house is active for those 4 years. Now, whichever planet aspects this house, whoever's sitting here, where the Lord is sitting, you can see what's going to happen to this person. So in Gemini, the aspects are different. These are sign-based aspects. So Rahu, Jupiter, Mars, and Ketu look at the second house because sign of Leo and Aquarius are looking at the second house. These are how sign-based aspect works. This is something I've already discussed in Gemini astrology videos on my channel. So please watch those. So these are the Mahadashas, time cycles related to that concept. And we go to Antradasha. These are other Dasha, Lagna, Kendra Dhati Dasha, Shula Dasha, Tribhagi Dasha, All these different dashas show different avenues of your life and something happening. This is how you can like literally go deep and deep and deep into a person's life. Then we come to like Krishnamurti. This is the KP astrology. Krishnamurti Paddhati. This is, so if you're a KP astrologer, if you're into KP astrology and you're about rulers and sublords and sub-sublords and all this concept of KP, you have this in your report. You don't have to go anywhere. All these details of KP astrology is there. So I'm giving you everything in this report, so you understand everything from A through Z. So just because I have not covered full 100%, if I've only covered 30%, 40%, doesn't mean that this report is useless. These things, these mathematical numbers and all that, this is where your entire life is. These first page and your whole main birth chart, Navamsha, moon chart. So try to understand this from there, and you can use my YouTube videos to go to what Pisces ascendant is all about. What is Venus is doing in Capricorn? What is Venus is doing in the sign of or in the 11th house? Okay, so hopefully this has made sense to you guys. Thank you.